Can plant-based milk save your health? Unveiling the pros and cons of plant-based milk. 3 things we are going to explore are: the bad side, the good side, exploring the ethical concerns of animal cruelty, various plant-based milks available with more in-depth look. If you have the time, it is not hard to make plant-based milk at home. But, rather than using the nuts or seeds, if you start with soybean or almond powder or flour, it is fairly quick. In recent years, plant-based milk has surged in popularity as an alternative to traditional dairy. Maybe you never knew the myriad of options you have as plant-based milk. But as with any dietary trend, there are both advantages and disadvantages to consider when opting for plant-based milk over its dairy counterpart. The good. Plant-based milk is normally low in saturated fat compared to animal-based milk. Plant-based milk varieties often boast a diverse nutritional profile, providing essential vitamins and minerals such as calcium, vitamin D, and B vitamins. Many options are also fortified to mimic the nutrient content of cow's milk, making them a suitable alternative for those with dietary restrictions or preferences. For individuals who are lactose intolerant or have dairy allergies, plant-based milk offers a welcome solution. Unlike cow's milk, which contains lactose, a sugar that can cause digestive discomfort for some people, plant-based alternatives are naturally lactose-free, making them easier on the stomach. The production of plant-based milk generally requires fewer resources and generates lower greenhouse gas emissions compared to traditional dairy farming. For environmentally conscious consumers, opting for plant-based milk can be a way to reduce their ecological footprint and support more sustainable agricultural practices. Wait, there is more, but do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe, down below. The bad. Nutrient variability. While many plant-based milk options are fortified with essential nutrients, not all varieties offer the same nutritional benefits as cow's milk. Some alternatives may lack protein or contain higher levels of added sugars and preservatives, potentially compromising their overall nutritional value. Potential allergens. While plant-based milk is free from common allergens like lactose and dairy proteins, it can still pose a risk for individuals with nut or soy allergies. Cross-contamination during processing is also a concern, particularly for those with severe food allergies who must carefully scrutinize ingredient labels. Taste and texture. The taste and texture of plant-based milk can vary significantly depending on the source ingredient and processing methods. Some people find the flavor of certain alternatives to be too distinct or unfamiliar, which may deter them from incorporating plant-based milk into their diet as a substitute for cow's milk. Environmental impact. While plant-based milk production generally has a lower environmental footprint than dairy farming, certain crops used in its production, such as almonds and soybeans, can still have significant environmental impacts. Issues like deforestation, water usage, and pesticide use associated with agriculture remain important considerations in evaluating the sustainability of plant-based milk. The decision to choose plant-based milk over dairy is a personal one that depends on individual dietary needs, preferences, and values. While plant-based milk offers several advantages, including a diverse nutritional profile, sustainability, and ethical considerations, it's important to be aware of potential drawbacks such as nutrient variability, allergen risks, and environmental concerns. By weighing the pros and cons, consumers can make informed choices that align with their health, environmental, and ethical priorities. Exploring the ethical concerns. Animal cruelty in regular milk production. The dairy industry is no stranger to controversy, with concerns surrounding animal welfare at the forefront of the debate. While many consumers enjoy the taste and nutritional benefits of cow's milk, the methods used to produce it raise ethical questions about the treatment of dairy cows. Here's a closer look at the issue of animal cruelty in regular milk production. Dairy cows are often subjected to confined living conditions in industrial-scale farming operations. Many spend their lives confined to crowded indoor spaces or cramped outdoor pens, with limited access to pasture and exercise. These confinement practices can lead to physical discomfort, stress, and increased susceptibility to health issues. Dairy cows are selectively bred to maximize milk production, often at the expense of their health and well-being. Cows are subjected to routine artificial insemination and continuous lactation cycles, which can take a toll on their bodies and lead to reproductive problems, including mastitis and uterine infections. One of the most emotionally charged aspects of dairy production is the separation of calves from their mothers shortly after birth. Calves are typically removed from their mothers within hours or days of birth, causing distress and disrupting the natural bonding process between cow and calf. Male calves are often sold for veal production or raised for beef, while female calves may be raised as replacement dairy cows. Dehorning and other practices. To prevent injuries and aggressive behavior, dairy cows may undergo painful procedures such as dehorning, tail docking, and castration without anesthesia. These practices are often performed to maintain control over the animals and reduce the risk of injury to farm workers, but they can cause unnecessary suffering and distress for the animals involved. Like all livestock industries, dairy farming ultimately culminates in the slaughter of animals once they are no longer considered economically viable for milk production. While dairy cows may have a longer lifespan compared to animals raised for meat, they are still subject to the same fate, often facing stressful and inhumane conditions during transportation and slaughter. In recent years, consumer awareness of animal welfare issues in the dairy industry has prompted calls for greater transparency and accountability from producers. Some dairy farms have implemented more humane practices, such as providing access to pasture, reducing reliance on antibiotics, and allowing calves to remain with their mothers for longer periods. Additionally, certifications like organic and certified humane may offer consumers reassurance that certain animal welfare standards are being met. The ethical concerns surrounding animal cruelty in regular milk production underscore the importance of making informed choices as consumers. While plant-based milk offers a cruelty-free alternative for those concerned about animal welfare, individuals who choose to consume dairy products can seek out brands and producers that prioritize animal welfare and sustainability in their farming practices. By supporting ethical and transparent dairy operations, consumers can play a role in fostering positive change within the industry and promoting the humane treatment of animals. Here's an elaboration on common types of plant-based milk along with their average carb content. 1. Almond milk. Almond milk is made from ground almonds and water, often with added vitamins and minerals. Average carb content, 1–2 grams of carbohydrates per cup, 240 milliliters, depending on whether it's sweetened or unsweetened. 2. Soy milk. Soy milk is made from soybeans and water, and it's known for its creamy texture and high protein content. Average carb content, 4–5 grams of carbohydrates per cup, 240 milliliters, depending on whether it's sweetened or unsweetened. 3. Oat milk. Oat milk is made from oats blended with water, often with added oils and thickeners to improve texture. Average carb content, 12–15 grams of carbohydrates per cup, 240 milliliters, depending on whether it's sweetened or unsweetened. 4. Coconut milk. Coconut milk is made from the grated flesh of mature coconuts blended with water. Average carb content, 6–8 grams of carbohydrates per cup, 240 milliliters, depending on whether it's sweetened or unsweetened. Also, they have a considerable amount of saturated fat. 5. Rice milk. Rice milk is made from milled rice and water, sometimes with added sweeteners and thickeners. Average carb content, 20–25 grams of carbohydrates per cup, 240 milliliters, as rice is naturally high in carbohydrates. 6. Cashew milk. Cashew milk is made from blended cashews and water, often with added flavors or thickeners. Average carb content, 7–9 grams of carbohydrates per cup, 240 milliliters, depending on whether it's sweetened or unsweetened. 7. Hemp milk. Hemp milk is made from hemp seeds blended with water, and it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Average carb content, 1–2 grams of carbohydrates per cup, 240 milliliters, depending on whether it's sweetened or unsweetened. 8. Pea milk. Pea milk is made from yellow peas blended with water, and it's gaining popularity for its sustainability and protein content. Average carb content, 1–2 grams of carbohydrates per cup, 240 milliliters, depending on whether it's sweetened or unsweetened. Note, the carb content mentioned above is approximate and may vary depending on factors such as brand, flavorings, and added ingredients. It's essential to check the nutrition label for specific carb counts, especially if you're following a low-carb diet or managing conditions like diabetes. Additionally, opting for unsweetened varieties can help reduce overall carbohydrate intake. Do not forget to click the like button and subscribe. Up above you see a video related to health. Thanks very much for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.